On previous editions of Backyard Farmer, we've talked about a number of different aspects of tree planting and care. We visited the nursery on how to select a good quality tree, how to properly locate it in the landscape, and how to plant it at the proper depth and the follow-up care for establishment. And now it's fall. Fall is a great time to plant trees, and so we're going to talk about that in today's segment. While spring is an excellent time to plant most deciduous and evergreen trees, fall is also an excellent time to plant trees, especially evergreens. Fall has cooler temperatures, better growing conditions, better soil moisture conditions, and trees can reestablish quickly a good root system and start to become established going into the winter and are ready to take off for that next coming spring. Today we're going to plant a Chinquapin Oak. We've picked it from a reputable nursery, and it's a containerized tree, high quality, good quality oak, and we're going to plant it in this landscape in replacement of this crabapple that is becoming over mature and starting to slowly fail. So we want to get a tree established now so we can continue to have a good healthy landscape here. Prior to planting the tree, it's good to go through the proper steps for planting and establish that tree. Right tree, right place, right way. We selected the high quality tree, we've located in the landscape, we've done our utility locates and made sure it's safe to dig here, which it is, and now we're going to properly plant it. Remember, depth is critical. You want to have that primary root system at or near the soil surface. Very, very, very important, especially for oak trees and evergreens, really all trees. So when in doubt, plant it a little bit higher rather than too deep. And we're going to dig our hole about twice as wide as the width of the ball and make sure that we're not digging that hole too deep. In terms of recommendations, we've planted this tree at the proper depth by locating the primary lateral roots at or near the soil surface. We've dug the hole twice as wide as deep to allow enough room for those fine lateral roots to grow out into the soil and quickly to become established. We've properly placed that tree in that hole and oriented it correctly so the main terminal is oriented to the primary winds out of the south, and the tree's set straight in the hole, and we've backfilled the soil into the hole. If it was a little drier, we probably would have watered the soil into the hole with a hose and gotten all those air pockets out, and backfilled with the same soil that came out of the hole. We didn't use any kind of amendments. We don't recommend amendments unless you've done a soil test and identified you need some amendments, such as fertilizer or compost or other things of that nature. And after putting that soil back in, we've come back in with our good quality mulch that's been aged for a while and put it back over the root ball and maintained an area back away from the main stem of the tree. We're not covering up those roots right next to the tree. We're keeping that area exposed so we don't have any problems with insects or disease. And we've got a nice dish or bowl around here that'll hold a little bit of water as we get moisture. And we've staked this tree. Remember, staking, you're staking the root ball, not the tree. And so we've located a single stake down near the ball of the tree, of the main root system, and used a rubber tie and kept that stem away from the stake so it doesn't rub, and oriented the stake on the north side of the tree so the primary winds won't blow the tree back and forth against the stake. In summary, fall is a great time to plant a tree. We've got great soil moisture conditions right now. We've got cooler soil temperatures, and that's going to allow those little roots to get out there and establish easily in the soil and give that tree really a kickstart going into this next spring. Remember, right tree, right place, right way. Pick a good quality tree, improve our diversity. There's a wide selection available, and we're going to have generational benefits for years to come.